Hello friends, welcome to my mathematical room. I am the caretaker. So as promised in the last video, today we are going to discuss about mathematical logic. Now what is mathematical logic? You may have heard about logic, that something is logical when it makes sense. Something is illogical when it does not make sense. So today we are going to see precisely what mathematical logic means and how it can be used in mathematics. Now, mathematical logic is the language that one uses to conduct rigorous mathematical proofs. So it's the language one uses to conduct rigorous mathematical proofs. This rigor is very important because it tells us that whatever we have written down is correct and is objectively correct and is not based on anyone's opinion. Once we have a proof of something mathematical that is rigorous, then everyone has to agree on it. Okay, so now once we learn how to apply mathematical logic to mathematics, and once we learn this way of writing mathematical proofs, that is rigorous mathematical proofs, it allows us to approach the mathematical concepts in a clear and confident way. Now, the next thing is, let us try to understand what a logical argument is as opposed to some other informal illogical arguments. Now, writing logically is a very useful skill, and writing logically is related to but is somewhat different from writing clearly, convincingly, efficiently, or informatively. So these are different styles of writing about something. We want this, and how is this different from the other styles of writing? You can write about something clearly or convincingly, efficiently, using only a few words, but at the same time conveying the information, conveying the message, and you can write informatively. The thing you have written may contain a lot of information and clear information. The thing is that while you write something in these styles or a combination of these styles, you can be reasonably convinced that whatever you have written, or someone else may be reasonably convinced that whatever you have written is true. So however, when you write about something logically, then as long as your hypotheses are true, and your steps are logical, then your conclusion must be true. Now, hypotheses are some conditions with which you start something. These are conditions that are given to you, and conclusion is of course conclusion, what you ultimately get. Now, if your hypotheses are true and your steps are logical, then your conclusion is true. Here, in other styles of writing, someone is reasonably convinced that the conclusion is true. However, in logical writing, someone has to be absolutely sure. I mean, someone must be absolutely sure that the conclusion is true if these things happen like this. If the hypotheses are true and the steps are logical. And there is a very obviously there is a big distinction between being reasonably convinced and being absolutely sure. So that's why in mathematical arguments we adopt logical way of writing. And because of this distinction, sometimes a logical argument, that is a sequence of logical